Now, here's the thing about people pleasing that nobody ever talks about, and it is this. It is actually uncomfortable to people please. I mean, everybody talks about that. We all hate it. We all know we're doing it. We all want to stop and don't know how. But what doesn't get discussed is that it's also really uncomfortable to not people please. And we don't ever talk about that because when you are going to say no to someone that you feel pressured to say yes to, when you are going to decline, or when you are going to have a difficult conversation, when you are going to speak up about something that you want to, all of those feelings of anxiety and pressure and fear actually come up. People pleasing can be, for some people, a trauma response because they grow up with some kind of pressure around saying yes, or they kind of get the idea when they're young that we need to keep the big people in our lives happy, and that that is what provides safety and security. So stopping people pleasing is actually hard. And it's not as easy as just saying no. And I know that it can be really frustrating when somebody who doesn't seem to have that urge to people please says, well, why don't you just say no? Because for those of us who are stuck in people pleasing, it can actually cause anxiety and even fear to think about not doing the people pleasing. That's why it's so important to have a framework in which you can learn to stop people pleasing that is safe, that is secure, and that is predictable. Here's how I teach people to stop people pleasing. Number one, we find all the areas in their life where the people pleasing is happening, and then they choose one to focus on. We're not going to work on all the people pleasing all at once. That, can be pretty overwhelming. Let's just choose one. Finding an area of focus creates some constraint and creates kind of a project that it feels manageable. It feels like it's doable. We figure out why it doesn't feel safe to currently not people please. And we identify the discomfort of people pleasing and the discomfort of not people pleasing. Is it fear? Is it anxiety? Is it pressure? Is it worry? Is it, any one of the number of negative emotions? We figure out what that is. And when a person can see both kinds of discomfort, it's much easier to choose the kind of discomfort that moves them forward when they know that they can do it in a safe way. So here's how we create that safety. Number one, I teach you how to be with the discomfort. I teach you how to process emotions, how to breathe, how to calm yourself, how to essentially provide yourself with the safety that you are looking for in your people pleasing. Because that's why we do it. We people please because it feels like the safe option. We just don't like the results that happen after. And so to stop people pleasing, you have to feel safe. So I teach you how to create that safety for yourself. Like I said, by breathing, by certain specific practices that create that safety for you so that it's possible to stop people pleasing. Because as long as it doesn't feel safe, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to stop because there are legitimate concerns for safety and for security that we humans are wired with. And so until you can really see that you're going to be safe either way, if you people please or if you don't, then it's going to be difficult to stop. So number one, we identify the two kinds of discomfort. And I help you see that it's not right or wrong. Sometimes you'll still choose to people please, and sometimes you might not choose. There isn't a right or wrong answer, but it's about creating safety either way. So that's the next step. We create that safety by teaching you how to show up for you, teaching you how to not blame or criticize or judge or beat yourself up no matter which you choose. And then we test it in your area of focus. You go into the situations where you are likely to people please, and you try on this safety that you have created for yourself by not people pleasing. You come back to the group, I coach you through it. That is really just the beauty of having this container to learn how to not people please in, is that not only are you with other people who have the same challenges that you have, but we're able to learn from each other. You're able to get a little distance from the subject when you're maybe listening to someone else talk. But what I really hope will be helpful for you is the framework that I provide, and that people pleasing is really just a bid for safety. It's how we have been taught to feel safe and secure, to provide some predictability about our surroundings. And often that comes with us from the way we have grown up. But now as adults, we can provide it for ourselves. So as you think about the situations in which you people please, number one, it's about safety, and you can provide that for yourself. Number two, if you're interested in being a part of a group where this is a practice where we're in together, I can provide that for you, where you get access to me every single week, teaching you, coaching you through all the different situations. And then you're in a container with a lot of other people who are also going through the same steps and going through the same challenges you are. And that just provides a really safe and a really secure place for you to work on that issue for you, as I teach you how to choose the discomfort that will really move you forward toward what you are hoping to accomplish.